Welcome everyone to our class, our Sunday class. Today's topic is anchoring personal power with the Archangel Michael. If you're interested to know more about the angels, there is an introductory lecture, um, of course, on our channel. I think it's called as Angels 101, Class 1, where you can discover all about the angels, how the angels are non denominational beings. As much as they are called as angels, they are called as farishtas and devas and more in different cultures. So all of that and more at the recording. You can hear that later. Let's directly go to the Archangel Michael, also called as the Archangel Michael. So as usual, before we start, let's start with a short prayer to the Supreme Essence, Divine Father and Divine Mother, our spiritual teachers, all the spiritual teachers, holy masters, holy saints, holy archangels, holy angels, beings of light, all the visible and invisible helpers, and all the great ones. We humbly invoke for divine guidance, divine love, illumination, divine oneness, abundance, peace, prosperity, spirituality, harmony, inner healing, divine help, and divine protection. We thank you in full faith. So I hope you're in a calm and quiet space where you're not going to get distracted. Um, you should be listening to this recording in a calm and quiet space where you're not going to get disturbed, um, not while traveling or operating heavy machinery or driving. You can listen to the lecture part, however. The class is going to be divided into two parts. One is the lecture part, the other is the transmission part. So you can listen to the lecture part um, while walking or outside. But the transmission part is very sensitive. You have to be listening to that in a calm and quiet space after drinking a full glass of water. All right. So I think we all have heard about the angels in one way or the other. Sometimes we call a friend who always comes to our time of for assistance. We call them, oh, you are such an angel, you saved the day. Or maybe I'm very sure most of you are listening to this. You have heard that compliment for yourself as well. People who are on the conscious spiritual pathway tend to be helpers, tend to be angels in that sense. There are, of course, the angelic beings, just like there are humans, there are devas. Um, and you don't need to work yourself way up in order to receive their help. Every single person, every single one of you has guardian angels. Every time you take a body, you are incarnated into this three dimensional realm, you are given angels. And if your life is supposed to be much more tougher as compared to the life of, the general people in general, then more angels are assigned to you. For example, if in this life you are supposed to experience yourself as an orphan, mm, then it is a high possibility that there are extra angels already sent by the Creator for you to assist in your spiritual journey. You can think of your life as a spiritual quest where you learn different lessons for different reasons, and you also unlearn a lot of unhealthy belief systems which you might have gathered through because of trauma or other stuff, and then you relearn about life. You continue to evolve regardless of where you are. You think you are very new to the spiritual pathway, you think you have been meditating for a very long time, you think you have been on the spiritual pathway for decades. We are here to learn no matter what. So in our journey of learning, of being human, there are various guides or mentors that are assigned to us at the human level, sometimes usually as an elder sibling or a parent or a cousin or the wise uncle or aunt or grandparents. maybe as a close friend. But in the spiritual realms, which also impact our physical experience, we have the angels. So there are archangels. You can say, in general terms, you can say they are big angels. They are the managing guys. They make sure that the angelics are doing their work properly. Sometimes people often, ask us, "What about the fallen angels? How do we recognize that?" Well, when you work with the Archangel Michael on a regular basis, you do not need to fear the so-called fallen angels. You don't need to worry about that. Okay. And sometimes people ask, well, I am not so familiar with the Archangel Michael, but I would like to work with Buddha Kuan Yin. I would like to work with Jesus the Christ. I would like to work with Lord Shiva, Lord Hanuman. Will that still work? Yes, absolutely. The angels are non denominational. They do not have a religious tag on themselves. They are divine beings of love. It is said that every time, as you know, our Creator is a very loving being. Every time God thinks a thought of love, an angel is born. So the archangels are the big guys. They manage the angels, the angelics. So one of the archangels, one of the, I think the most famous archangel, I would say, is the Archangel Michael. He is known as the patron saint, especially for the police in the West. Um, it's not exactly a poster boy thing, but it's more like you can say the guiding, guarding being, right? So his name is a masculine name. His name means one who is like God or one who is a gift from God. People who often work with the Archangel Michael often report warm sensations. His energy is very masculine, is very warm energy, very protective energy. I'll tell you about my personal. Uh, there have been many encounters, I would say, but one very strong that always comes to me because that was my first interaction with Archangel Michael. As a child, I had a lot of phobia about going to dark rooms, literally. And even late nights, if I have to use the washroom, I would ask some elder to wake up, make sure that I go to the washroom and I come back. That was a kind of fear. Uh, so it went on for a long time, I think, until I was introduced to the angels, actually, until I was 14 or 15 at the time. Um, I used to think that this fear is because maybe I watched too much horror movies, and maybe that's the reason. So my mentor taught me to use, um, the prayers or invocations to the Archangel Michael and say, Archangel Michael, please protect and guide me. As simple as that. So I started doing that. So gradually I overcame the fear. And one day it just struck to me that this fear came all the way back when I was in nursery. I would say must be a 6 year old, 5 year old child. So what used to happen in that nursery is that if a child would make too much noise, okay, or if they couldn't understand, or if the teachers couldn't understand why the child is making noise, or why they're talkative, or maybe they just thought that the child is making noise, literally, instead of quote unquote investigating the things, they would put the child in a dark room, a very dark room, with perhaps a wooden bed. Uh, it did not have a mattress or so. I don't remember much, but all I remember is it was a very, very dark room. Over the time when it happened, I realized that I can just go into the dark room and just fall asleep after crying, and children would do that. That was a very bad thing that happened to the children's brain at the time. I don't know how many children still have that kind of fear. So that memory, that awareness came to me when I was, uh, I think, when was the time when I found angel healing? I would say, mm, actually, much later. Yes, 18, 19, not even 14, 18, 19. So that fear lingered along with me for quite a while. For quite a while, I would say. Over the age, it decreased, but it continued to linger on. So until when I was introduced to the angels by the age of 18, 19 years, I don't remember the exact year. So that was the time when I started to call upon Archangel Michael. And one day it just struck to me that this fear is coming all the way from the childhood memory. And now I realize that, oh, I'm no longer that child. And oh, I can invoke the Archangel Michael on a regular basis. And what happens now? I happily sleep in dark rooms. So that fear, that phobia, that could have meant years of therapy work and more, that was assisted in a period of a few weeks. That old fear, phobia. So this is one of the examples, actually, that I remember as my first connection with the Archangel Michael. There have been many so-called miraculous ones. People often report that when they see Archangel Michael, they see powerful blue light. Or I remember one of my students meeting an accident, and there was this guy who came to her rescue. The vehicle was not so damaged; she was okay. But this tall man in blue suit, he just shows up, comes to her rescue and asks her, how she's doing. And in a few moments after she gains her consciousness, she's grounded fully into the scene, into her body. This man is nowhere to be found. So it's not that these experiences are meant to happen only for few people, but for all of us. All of us who invoke Archangel Michael's help anytime we sense any kind of fear. Literally, if you are experiencing regular bad dreams, if you make it a habit to call upon Archangel Michael, your bad dreams will vanish by that very instant, the moment you call upon Archangel Michael. And not just the so called dreams, but also in real life. When you are going through tremendous fear, tremendous exhaustion, tremendous stress, if you make it a habit to call upon Archangel Michael and receive his guidance in silence, you would be assisted without a doubt. Now, the angels do not give us a full picture. Usually, they give like a one step at a time, one step at a time, one step at a time. I encourage you all again to please listen to that Angels 101 series. We still have to build that. I think we have 5 classes there, and it's all uploaded on the channel, and you can listen to that one by one. Okay. So, Archangel Michael is a, a divine being, is a protector being, is the patron saint for protection, for those who are working in terms of protection, like the firefighters, like the police, all of that. I'm very much sure as we're recording this live, you must have heard about the fires in Los Angeles, California area. Um, we are going to work with calling upon Archangel Michael's energy in the affected parts of the globe. We recently had this inner peace transmission portal that was arranged for the very same purpose. So you can call upon the Archangel Michael wherever you are, it doesn't matter. And sometimes people ask us, because Archangel Michael is such a giant being, he has so many of the responsibilities of the planet. Are we disturbing Archangel Michael by calling upon him? No, that's just a limited human mind. You and I can have a focus at one point, but with Archangel Michael, many people can call upon his energy, and he will be able to assist all of us, regardless of how many people call upon him at one point, right? So Archangel Michael's energy is so near to God, all that is, source energy, that it is literally infinite. If you've heard about the legend that once upon a time there was, you must have seen that image of the Archangel Michael standing above this dark figure that symbolizes negativity, right? So the story goes like this: that once upon a time on Earth, there was so much of darkness, so much of evil, and God sent his angels, his archangels, one by one to fight off, but they could not. And then he finally sent the Archangel Michael, and Archangel Michael comes down along with his band of mercy, his angels that work closely with him, and he comes with a sword, but he did not have to fight. He did not have to fight. Your light is your weapon, as he often says. So he, simply by the touch of his legs, of his foot, the darkness was controlled, um, and peace was restored on the planet. Such is the power of light. If I remember, almost 16 years back, when we started working with energy on a global basis, online basis at the time, I think my first channeling was with Archangel Michael at the time. It's interesting how it's coming like in full circles after almost 16 years and more. So let's go ahead and experience the energy of the Archangel Michael and receive his blessings. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to give you 2 minutes just to get comfortable. Drink a glass of water. If you've recently drunk a glass of water and you're feeling already very hydrated, it's fine. Drink a full glass of water. It allows you to anchor the energies much more gracefully. Your light is your weapon. Just shine it bright, as he says. Okay, I'm going to wait for 2 minutes and then we'll go ahead with the transmission part. All right, let's begin. Please sit in a comfortable posture, spine straight. Your tongue connecting to the palate, the roof of your mouth gently. We're going to rediscover our personal power. There is the supreme power that is always existing, the most dominant force called as God, all that is, universe, what they like to call it. Personal power means not willpower. Willpower is an aspect of a pestle power. Pestle power means your ability to hold yourself even when the winds of change are strong on any level. Often we tend to lose our pestle power, hypnotizing ourselves with blame game and other things. But there's something called as a pestle power that allows you to be powerfully anchored into this moment of now, into your body, into your life, so that you can face life um, with grace, with, with clarity. So as we close our eyes, let's start with the vacuuming technique. You can call upon the vacuuming technique any time of the day. When I'm feeling stressed or low on energy, how do you work with that? We simply call upon the beautiful vacuum from the Archangel Michael, visualizing Archangel Michael coming down from the heavens and anchoring this beautiful tube of light that is the size of your head, and it is escorting any and all fear-based energies that you might have picked up consciously or unconsciously from your system. All the way, this vacuum, feel this vacuum through your head, especially your neck and your jaws. If you notice your body moving involuntarily, that's okay. If not, that's okay. Shoulders, underarms, elbows, fingers, upper chest cavity, all the way down to the abdomen, down through the waist and the hip bones, through the knees, through the soles of the feet. Request this vacuuming to be done at a very fast speed. Request the same vacuuming to be done for our room where we are right now. Escorting all fear-based energies. Breathing in through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Breathing in through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Breathing in through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. And we notice white caulking, white light pouring down to your crown. It's all that vacuum that has been created with extraction of fear-based energies. Is replacing all of that. Noticing your whole body filled with the white caulking material. Maintain the breathing pattern. Next, let's do the cord cutting. Releasing fear-based cords connected to people, situations, objects, memories. We request Archangel Michael to wave his blue flaming sword around us in circular motion around our bodies to release any fear-based cords which are no longer serving. Deep and fine breaths. If you find yourself you are yawning, that's great. That's a sign of relaxation. Let the blue flaming sword Sever any fear based cords connecting to people, situations, objects, memories which no longer serves, which is all connected to fear. Continuing with deep breaths, breathing in peace and light and harmony, exhaling through your mouth old anger and resentment into the light. Wonderful. Continue with this breathing in light and healing and peace. Exhaling through your mouth old anger, resentment, unforgiveness, stress into the light. Once again, be willing to exchange all anger for peace. Be willing to exchange all anger for peace. Be willing to exchange all resentment for clarity. Be willing to exchange all resentment for clarity. Continue with this breathing cycle. And now notice yourself as a miniature version walking inside a beautiful royal pebble ball of light. And you can open your eyes. Do you feel different? Do you feel light? Do let us know in the comments. What do you feel different? I remember when I'll be doing this cord cutting work for the first time for a lot of people, some of them literally would fall asleep. They'd be so relaxed. And it's really amazing, even for people like us who have been working with the angelics for quite a long time on a conscious basis. We always feel so light. Uh, so this is called as vacuuming technique, cord cutting technique, and the shielding technique, which shields you for at least the next 12 hours with the divine light. So you can do this as often as like. You can do this for your children. You can do this for your loved ones who have given permission to you. You can also do this for people who are in uh, great distress and have asked you to pray for them. When you're working with the angelics, are we ignoring the Creator? No. Every time we pray to the Creator, God, all that is pure source energy, God is sending angels for us. So either you pray to God or just call upon the angels of light, it's fine. And the more you make it a habit to work with Archangel Michael, the more you will have safety on all levels, especially those of you wanting to explore spiritual dimensions more and more, but are somewhat apprehensive as to what will happen next. Hmm. So that covered the vacuuming, cord cutting, and the shielding technique. The shielding technique is very powerful, especially when you are going to go out for work and you know it's going to be a very busy day that will require of you to have a lot of clarity. So you can do that, right? So let's go ahead with a journey now. This was just a preparation, this was just a trailer, very powerful one, right? So we are going to go into a place called as Archangel Michael's Crystalline Healing Retreat, where we're going to work with issues of personal power, restore a lot of our soul fragments, align ourselves, and a lot of things you don't need to understand whatever's going to be happening. Your yes is all that would be needed. Your soul, your intuition will tell you how many times a week you gotta practice this in order to feel wholly, feel whole, aligned, complete. Let's go ahead. Once again, closing our eyes. Now, as you're part of the journey now, we recommend do not lie down because if you fall asleep, you will still receive the energies, but that won't be a very good idea because we are going to do a lot of interactive stuff with the angelics. So you may want to have a good shot at that. So once again, closing our eyes, noticing the royal purple flame surrounding us in the room where we are, in this call, connecting all of us beyond time and space, regardless whether you are joining live, whether you're receiving through the recording. Great. And now that we're on the sensitive part, I hope you are not focused on other things, just you and the journey. This is a time for yourself. I would like you to visualize a beautiful triangle and another inverted triangle of light surrounding your whole body. Notice your body as a tiny version, and you can notice the triangle. And we request the purest, highest energy of love to beam into this triangle, this intersecting triangle, and let this Merkaba, this vehicle made of triangles, revolve clockwise or anti-clockwise, whatever is for you. Let it spin and align you to the highest frequency as possible with joys and grace. And we request this Merkaba to take us to Archangel Michael's healing retreat. Although Archangel Michael's job is not of healing, it's more of protection. But today we're going to experience his healing presence, to take back our personal power. It's like claiming your sword, claiming your power. You're not just a loving and being of light. You're also a very powerful being, a divine being. Your power is required to serve humanity. Deep breaths. So here we are at the very entry gate of the beautiful crystalline temple that is irradiating beautiful royal purple light, sparkles of white light. You notice that you're received and welcomed by the two angels of this place. You sense their loving presence, their kind intentions, as they escort you to the main hall, where you find the Archangel Michael sitting at the very center in his divine throne. As you come nearer and nearer to the throne of the Archangel Michael, he humbly says, I am just a servant of the light. Do not think of me as the king. For there is the ultimate ruler of all realms, and that is God, all that is. I am a mere servant. Archangel Michael waves his sword of light and gently touches the sword upon your head, transmitting spiritual Shakti to your whole being. If you notice involuntary body movements, that's fine. If you do not notice, that's fine as well. Whatever noise you're hearing from my end or your end, let it come. Do not try to fight with it. Let the transmission of spiritual Shakti continue to pour through your crown and to your whole body as the frequency simply deactivates any and all remnants of fear based programming about yourself, about your life, about anything in your life, about your future, about your past, about your current situation. Let this beautiful light deactivate all those programs of fear. You notice dark, smoky, black energies being released through the soles of her feet, merging into the air that is made of nothing but purest white light. Deep and fine breaths. Let the cleansing continue. And Michael says, I am the light, and so are you. You have nothing to do with fear, to be entangled or identified with fear. For those are mere lessons, mere quests that your soul chose in order to evolve, in order to rediscover itself. I am the light, and so are you. The whole creation is made out of the light. Even the physical world, which seems a lot of matter, but is nothing but the densified light. I am the light, and so are you. And Archangel Michael now activates a beautiful golden flame around us. And he says, this is the flame of alchemy. Whatever is bothering you, put it into the flame as a symbol, as a file, as a letter. Put all of it. Take your time. So he gives us a few minutes and we start putting our stuff into this beautiful golden light. I am the light, and so are you. You are the light, and so is everything. I am the light, and so are you. You are the light, and so is everyone. And now, Archangel Michael creates a beautiful royal purple ball of light, small royal purple ball of light, and he beams that into your navel. You notice the elimination of entire spine and your brain, harmonizing the nervous system and all the nerves, the sensory motor nerves, throughout your whole body, the finest of the capillaries, all being illumined with the most beautiful royal purple white light. And he asks you to repeat this affirmation that has been saying along as we continue to hold the vision of the royal purple light through the whole body, through the entire blood now, actually, all the cells. I am the light, and so are you. You are the light, and so is everything. I am the light, and so are you. You are the light, and so is everything. I am the light, and so are you. You are the light, and so is everything. As you notice, millions of rays of beautiful royal purple light completely surrounding your whole being, 360 degrees. We send out this light to our past, to our future. This light is beyond time, sending off this beautiful, warming, healing energy into our past, all the way to the mother's womb, and into the future, all the way to the last breath of this incarnation. Deep breaths. The past is continuously becoming the present. Sorry, the present is continuously becoming the past, and the future is continuously becoming the present. For there's only one moment of now. This moment of now. Life is happening in this moment of now. This is it. Archangel Michael now makes a waving motion of his hands, of his fingers in the air as they anchor Kiko's and fire letters to assist the unlocking of our life purpose, to assist the unlocking of our gifts that will assist us to follow our dharma in this incarnation. Be still, be aware, receive. Can you already feel your body becoming so warm? Archangel Michael is usually connected with the element of fire many times. You are the co-creator of your life. Use your mind wisely. Use your mind consciously. Use your mind mindfully. Use your heart mindfully. Use your time mindfully. Be in the present. Relax. Be aware. You turn back to your true power, your potential. And now, let go. Merge with the brightest white light. Let go. By the power of a mind's eye, we surround all affected parts of the planet Earth that are affected by natural calamities, by fires, by earthquakes, by storms. We surround all those patches with the great white light. We send out this great white light to all the people, all the animals, all the plants and trees affected, all the properties affected by this phenomena. We send out this light. We send out this light even to the souls who are transitioning or who have transitioned because of this natural calamity, fires, the earthquakes, the storms. We also send out this light to our loved ones who are having a hard time. We send out this white light, this great white light. We send out this great white light to our homes, our workplace, our colleagues, our friends and families, our pets, properties, all of our financial instruments. This great white light knows where to go, what to do. Being in this great white light and meanwhile sending out this white light is a tremendous blessing. It's a tremendous power, a magnified blessing. Once again, notice our bodies, the cells of the body, nothing but purest white light. Letting the body merge with the infinite ocean of white light again with our intention. Requesting the great white light to dissolve any fears, fear based programmings and patternings, to illumine our shadows and to heal, transform, and integrate the shadows as well. To be humble enough to give up pride, the pride of the ego, to be humble enough to be receptive to the great higher power, the great power that has created the world, all the planets in the solar system, including our beautiful human bodies. Notice peace, notice light, notice stillness. I am the light, and so are you. You are the light, and so is everything and everyone. With the deep in breaths, we notice the same Merkaba that brought us here appear around us, begins to rotate, all the way ready to take us back into our physical bodies in this third dimension. We return fully back into our bodies, and we send out this thick root of crystal light from the base of the spine to the earth, 3 meters or 10 feet to the earth. And we affirm together, let Mother Earth be blessed with divine light, divine love, and divine power. Let Mother Earth be regenerated. As we continue to ground ourselves back into this dimension. Gently moving your fingers and your toes, giving yourself a great big hug for bringing so much of light and clarity. And with a big, big smile, you can open your eyes. So, we just took a short yet very powerful journey to the Archangel Michael's healing treat. You can always go to that in your meditations and request for help and guidance. So, I look forward for reading your feedback in the comments. Of course, at your own time. If you just feel like continuing to close your eyes, that's fine as well. Let's give thanks to the Supreme Essence, Divine Father and Divine Mother, our spiritual teachers, all the spiritual teachers, holy masters and holy saints, holy archangels, holy angels, beings of light, and all the great, great, great ones, especially the visible and invisible helpers, We thank you all for your priceless blessings. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We continue to seek your love, your compassion, your divine guidance and protection. Be thank you in full fight. Thank you. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining up at today's session. I look forward to meeting with you next Sunday. And please enjoy the videos, the previous videos that we have there. If you're on Facebook, please send me a friend request at Narmada Akshat. You can also join us at the community sessions with Narmada Akshat. And there's one prayer group, by the way. It's called as Portal of Grace, a prayer group where you can post prayers for anything and anyone. It has some rules about it, posting your prayers, but it is a very powerful portal of light. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. Thank you, and God bless. Take good care. Bye bye. Namaste.